Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jack Hornberger Field on the campus of Illinois Wesleyan University for today's CCIW baseball matchup between the Carthage College Firebirds and the Illinois Wesleyan University Titans. The NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. Profanity, derogatory comments, or intimidating actions directed at student athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. Thank you for your assistance in providing a positive atmosphere. Now let's meet today's starters. First for the Firebirds of Carthage. Batting first and playing shortstop, number 31, Colin Callahan. Batting second, the DH, number 19, Max Cairo. Batting third, playing first, number 28, PJ Moser. Batting fourth and playing right field, number 37, Xander Tubbs. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 12, Matt Felder. Batting sixth and in left field, number 7, Drew Nett. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 23, Christian Dubart. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 4, Evan Devine. Batting ninth and in center field, number 1, Jimmy Hergus. And on the mound for your Firebirds is number 24, Brendan Roberts. And now the starting lineups for your Illinois Wesleyan Titans. Batting first and in center field, number 19, Matt Budick. Batting second, the shortstop, number 33, Justin Godomsky. Batting third and playing first, number 27, Cade Tomhave. Batting fourth and playing third, number 1, Jimmy Gergoni. Batting fifth, the DH, number 32, JP Ferraro. Batting sixth and in right field, number 14, Tristan Figgis. Batting seventh and at second base, number 7, Gage Wolf. Batting eighth and in left field, number 41, Jack Flagg. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 0, Tyler Woltman. And on the mound for your Titans, number 22, Will Davidsmeyer. Will you all please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome, Titan fans, to a blustery and little cool early May game here at Jack Hornberger Field. And it's a big one as the Titans square off against the Carthage Firebirds. And if you're thinking, didn't these guys just play? Yes, they did. They played about 24 hours ago. The Titans winning that one. So that makes this doubleheader today for the conference championship. And we're being told the mathematicians say one win for the Titans, Kirill, and they are conference champions.
Exactly. Should they split today, we will see the two teams tie for the regular season title. However, the Titans would earn hosting rights for the conference tournament next week, which starts on Wednesday. as they would have the head-to-head tiebreaker. So the Titans are in the driver's seat for the first time this season. Both teams are locked at a 14-4 record, but Wesleyan holds that tiebreaker. So this doubleheader, all important. For Carthage, they know they need a sweep. The Titans, they want to get this done and over with in Game 1 and go into Game 2 worry-free.
And it's funny how the schedule makers make that happen, and the final 2 games of the regular season end up being here in Bloomington and Illinois Wesleyan. It's for all the marbles, and a couple of schools that have gone a long time without a conference championship. Carthage last won the CCIW in 2009, whereas your Titans last won it in 2013. So a couple of schools and programs hungry for a title.
It's been quite a while, yeah. Both teams have won the CCIW tournament fairly recently, but the regular season title has been something that both of these teams have been searching for quite a time. So almost perfect that we get this matchup to wrap up a season in which perhaps no one could have predicted that these would be the 2 title favorites.
Wind blowing in, pretty strong. It's pretty cool. Weatherman said it's supposed to get up to 60. I'm not believing that right now. So his first pitch of the game is going to be a grounder to first, and that's an easy one for the Titans. 1 out here in the first.
Perfect start for Will Davidsmeyer on the mound, coming into this game with a 3-2 record on the season, 5.66 ERA. His last outing was against DePaul last weekend, and he looked very solid on the mound.
Colin Callahan, the starting shortstop, with that quick grounder to first for the first out of the first inning, and that brings up Max Cairo.
Yeah, Callahan's a player you want to put away quickly. Came into the game batting .369 on the season. Cairo, not much worse, .319 average.
First pitch by Davidsmeyer, a ball. Second pitch is a grounder to short. It's going to be a long throw. Dug out at first, not dug out, and it's going to be a infield hit. Says Tom Hay couldn't dig out that low throw. Nice try there. That was a long throw by shortstop Justin Gadomski.
Yeah, we'll see if that's credited as a hit or an error. Whatever the case, the Firebirds have a runner on base for the first time today.
Tough play, long throw. Might get a hit out of that one. But nevertheless, man on first. 1 out as P.J. Mosier steps into the box. First pitch from Davidsmeyer, right down the middle. So we got to both pitchers today have to be feeling pretty good with that wind howling in from center field. It's going to take a poke to get one out to the warning track at least.
Absolutely, and it's been a trend throughout the last couple weeks.
Grounder to third. This could be 2 out at second. Long throw to first, and it's going to be beat out. So no double play. Nice hustle down the line by Mosier, but it's 2 outs in the inning.
And good work from Tom Have to prevent that one from getting past him. The throw was a little off, and it could have spelled trouble. Instead, just a runner on first and 2 outs.
Take your time. Make sure you get the out at second. They did, but it was just bang at first. Now that brings up Xander Tubbs, the right fielder for the Firebirds, who made the long trip down here from Kenosha along with the Titans after these 2 teams played just 24 hours ago. Curveball is a ball, low 1.
Tubbs, if there's anyone who can go long today, it's going to be Xander Tubbs. He co-leads the team with 10 home runs, and he leads them in runs knocked in with 51 on the season, more than any player on either team.
Nice take on that first pitch right below his knees. Second is going to be foul. Ground down third base. Ooh, that was tough. Near the bag, but the umpire calls it foul. That was a nice swing, nice cut by Tubbs. Man on first, that's Mosier, who beat out the fielder's choice, but 2 outs here in the first. 0-0, Wesleyan and Carthage. The first inning of 2 games for you here. Curveball is high that time by Davidsmeyer.
Xander Tubbs, interestingly enough, a native of Illinois, the junior, attended Plainfield South High School up in the Chicago suburbs. Opted to cross state lines and donned the Carthage jersey for his collegiate career. Went
north instead of south. So foul ball back. Evens the count at 2-2. So Davidsmeyer trying to end this inning right here. Like to get a strikeout to get out of the first with no damage. 2-2. Shatter comes live in the Titan dugout. Pitch is going to be fouled back. Nice cut that time by Tubbs.
Staying alive in the count. Just wants to prolong this make this anything but a quick inning for Davidsmeyer.
It's hard on your infielders standing out there. It's this cool weather. Pitcher wants to get them in the dugout, get them a little warmed up, and they appreciate that. Batter steps out, so David Meyer steps off, but here comes the 2-2 pitch. Runner going, curveball down the middle, and the throw is going to be out at second base. Nice throw. Pagana caught stealing, and that will end the first inning. No hits, no runs. We go to the bottom of the first. Titans coming to bat.
What a play that was. Perfect throw.
Nice job by Tyler Woltman getting that one just on a gun, on a line, and it was a no-doubter at second base to end the inning.
Woltman, someone who's been splitting up the recent games with Luca Morelli. They've been trading as to who's starting behind the dish. Woltman now making a case for himself to be the starter going forward. Great work from the catcher.
Brendan Roberts on the mound for the Firebirds this afternoon. 5-1 on the season. ERA in the 4s, so he gets the task in a kind of a must-win for Carthage. They need to stay alive in this conference hunt by winning game 1, and he is on the mound, and he will see Matt Hudick, Justin Gradomski, and Cade Tomhave to 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first for the Titans.
It's a very front-loaded order for the Titans. Each of those players averaging over 360 for the season. Numbers that have only been increasing as the season goes on. Roberts, someone who, out of all the players in this Firebird starting rotation, has spent the least time on the mound overall, just 34 innings pitched in total, but managed 5 wins on the season, second most on the team.
Wind still howling in, seems to be getting stronger as this game started, and kind of what we were hoping for was going to be a mild weekend. It's turned out to be a little bit cooler, a little windier than they forecasted earlier in the week, so pitcher's friend today with that wind howling in from dead center field.
Be very difficult to get so much as a base hit at the same time. It's going to be difficult to predict balls that do get out into the outfield if you're one of the outfielders. So
everybody's a little chilly, hands are a little cold, bats are a little cold. It's going to be maybe a low-scoring game in this first of 2 for you this afternoon, and they couldn't be any bigger as the Titans need to win to clinch the conference championship. Just one of these 2 games to get that conference championship.
On the bright side, coming into this week, it did look like there were 3 teams that were going to be in the title hunt until the very last moment. However, North Central College dropping out of contention. So at the very least, these 2 teams have guaranteed the top 2 seeds and byes in next week's conference tournament.
Matt Hudick steps in the box. He was 1 of 2 just yesterday against this team. Titans got off to a 6-0 start in that game and never looked back. First pitch to him is a strike right down the middle. On the mound again, Brendan Roberts, a 6'1" junior out of Salmonock, Illinois.
Hudick, I mean, what a freshman season he's been having. To bat .364 in your first collegiate season. We're yet to see the best of him.
Grounder to second, and it's booted at second base, and Hudick's going to beat that one out. So an error to start things for Carthage. That's very ominous, and now Matt Hudick's on first base. Titans are thinking about yesterday when they got out to a 6-0 lead and never really looked back.
If you're Carthage coach Augie Schmidt right now, you're experiencing deja vu. He won't be thrilled with this start. That being said, if Roberts can get out of this inning without giving up a run, it'll be a good start.
Gets the faithful going here at Jack Hornberger Field. A lot of people came out on this blustery day here in Bloomington to watch the Titans and Carthage, and then a hit up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. And Hudick's going to stop at second base. Jitski is over the outstretched arms of the shortstop for the Firebirds, and a nice poke out there. Justin Gradomski with a single up the middle.
It's what he does best. Well, arguably so. He's also quite fond of the extra base hits, Gradomski is, but 2 on and nobody out is a perfect situation for Cade Tomhave to step into, because this is the man who leads the Titans in terms of runs batted in, 44 this year.
Gradomski 0 for 5 yesterday, so he's feeling pretty good about that one. And here comes the man you just mentioned, Cade Tomhave. Going Going to be patient here, or is he going to go right after it outside? Kind of showed bunt there.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. The Titans are a team that, even though they have some real heavy hitters, they're also very versatile. They're not afraid to go for the bunt. They don't view it as a cowardly move by any means. They know even the heaviest hitters on this team are well aware of the worth of a good bunt.
Well, we talked about it. Runs are going to be hard to come from, but Titans are in good position here to start the first. And a pitch down the middle for strike one. Evens the count 1-1. Nobody out. First and second as Cade Tomhave in a good spot here, trying to get the Titans on the board, and that would be huge in game one of this doubleheader. Pitch coming from Roberts. 1-1. Turns, goes back to second. Safely in at second base. Matt Hudick, who get on courtesy of an error.
Among many other virtues that Matt Hudick and this Titans team possess, they are also very good at base running, and they're known to steal a bag. So good check there from the pitcher.
The 1-1 from Roberts. Takes his time. Another offer that time. And a miss by Tomhave, so that's strike two. Tried to go down low for that one. And came up short, but offered at it, so strike. So now in the hole, 1-2. Good job by Roberts trying to come back on Tomhave, but here's the 1-2 pitch. And it's going to be a grounder to first, and it's going to try down to second for the out, and a back to first for the double play. How about that?
Just in time, beat him out by half a second. It does advance a runner to third, but now all of a sudden, Carthage see the finish line as far as this inning's concerned.
Boy, good coverage that time by the Firebirds. That's a tough one. The first baseman going down to second, then back to first, where the second baseman covered and just got Tomhave by a step. That advances Hudick to third, but now there's two outs, and it's up to J.P. Ferraro to get Matt Hudick in from third base.
Good work from P.J. Moser and Evan Devine to combine for that double play.
Curveball to start things off to Ferraro for strike one. Got to be ready behind the plate. Justin Duarte, the catching duties for the Firebirds. If one skips by, Hudick's going to scamper home.
Ferraro's batting .323 himself this season, which is the lowest mark we've called out so far, but still a very impressive number. 6 home runs, which leads the squad.
Pitch from Roberts. Low this time. Evens the count, 1-1. Nice take that time to Ferraro. Wait for his pitch. Roberts decided to go. No sleeves today, short sleeves. He's showing he's ready to go. He's fired up. He's full of energy and heat, just naturally, I guess. So 1-1 here.
Anything else, this serves as...
Ooh, liner. It's going to drop, and that's going to score the first run of the game. Nice hit that time. Ferraro comes through with a soft liner to center. Hudick scores, and it's 1-0 Titans.
Ferraro delivers in the biggest moment, and the Titans know just how valuable that one run is, even if it's the only run they score in this inning, even if it's the only run they score in this game.
Absolutely. A first inning run is huge in a game where we're going to, in a doubleheader where runs are going to be precious. So, nice play that time. J.P. Ferraro with the single, second hit of the inning for the Titans. It's 1-0. Ferraro at first base, and up is Tristan Figgis.
Figgis,
I'm sorry.
He's batting .294 on the season. But he's been known to deliver hits in the most crucial moments. Now the pressure's off a little bit with the Titans having already brought in that first run.
2 outs for Figgis. Ooh, tried to shoot one down the third base line, just missed. Man on the move was Ferraro. 2 outs, so moving on every swing of the bat. Already 1-0 Titans on top of Carthage. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. It's Roberts for Carthage and David Smyer for the Titans. Conference regular season championship on the line. Pitch from Roberts here. 0-2 pitch. And fouled back.
This weather's doing anything as far as motivation is concerned. Carthage are aware that they will not want to come back to Bloomington next week, if nothing else.
They just made the trip down here last night, I assume, or early this morning. They don't want to come back, but they might have to. We'll find out after this one is over. So another 0-2 pitch to Tristan Figgis. Wind dies down for just a moment. Brief moment. Roberts fires, and he's going to, just fouled off that time. Staying alive is Tristan Figgis.
Gage
getting
Wolf.
a piece of it.
Gage Wolf's in the on-deck circle, and he's a dangerous hitter himself, second baseman. So Figgis will try to get on base by any means necessary. A walk's looking increasingly unlikely.
Figgis standing in the box. Now a quick throw over to first to keep J.P. Ferraro honest over there at first base. Figgis stands on top of the plate. Dares you to throw inside. So the 0-2 pitch here. Roberts looks over at Ferraro. Now sets, brings it, and a grounder to second base. And the first baseman went after it for a second, but he's going to have to get back to cover. And they finally do get the third out of the inning. But the Titans score first on the hit by J.P. Ferraro to drive in Matt Hudick. And Titans on top 1-0 after 1 inning of play.
We'll be back after a quick word from our sponsors here on IWSports.com.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false, on average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True, IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year. Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation. Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit, apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Back here to begin the second inning. Top of the second, it's 1-0 Titans at top of Carthage. David Smyer enters his second inning of pitching. Got a 1-2-3 in the first inning. And we'll face Matt Felber.
Or rather, it's Xander Tubbs that's at the dish.
Oh, that's right. We had a throwdown and a throw out at second on the steal. Thank you for noticing that.
I was just as confused as
Xander
you were.
Tubbs was at the plate, so that at-bat continues here in the second inning. He gets to see some more pitches here as he fouls one, or it's going to fly out to right. Wentz taking it, drifting into foul territory. That is going to go foul.
Yeah,
Boy, I thought the right fielder went after that like he was going to have room, but this wind is just pushing it and pushed it out of play. So strike.
Figgis wanted to set the tone there for this inning with a dramatic catch out in foul territory, but he ran out of space.
Gave it a try over there, so makes the count 2-1. And now a foul back, evens it up 2-2.
David Smyer, as good as that first inning was, won't be thrilled to see Tubbs again. He is arguably the most dangerous hitter in this Carthage order.
Payoff pitch is inside. I think it hit him, and it did, yes. Tubbs will take first base, just up and in, glances off his forearm. Stayed in the box, took that one for the team, and will walk down to first with a hit by pitch.
Yeah, not even a flinch. It seemed just to clip him. Exactly the sort of situation you want to be in. As a batter, you take first base in a count that wasn't looking too favorable and gets away with nothing but a little
I would
bump.
never want to be hit by a pitch, but on a cold day like today, that's got a sting. As next batter up is at the aforementioned Drew Connect. And he's up there now after Matt Felber there after Tubbs, after the hit by pitch.
Felber's batting .340 for the season.
No outs, man on first base. Felber fouls that one off to even the count at 1-1. As Davidsmeyer looks in for the sign. Brings this curveball that it will be a fly ball out to right, and it's going to be squeezed out there in right field by Figgis for the first out of the inning.
It's the sort of ball you want to see. If that one's getting out into the outfield with the runner on first, you want that ball to sail to right. It keeps Tubbs from daring to try for second.
So after the hit batsman, a can of corn to right field. 1 out, man on first. And Drew Connect comes up for the first time for the Carthage Firebirds and takes a curveball right down Main Street. Good pitch that time by Davidsmeyer. Got Connect kind of back on his heels.
And what's interesting about this Carthage lineup is that here in the 6 hole, they have the hitter that has the best average on the team. .393 is Connect's.
Second pitch is right up the middle. This could be another double play. Out at second, out at first. The Titans, 2 double plays already, and they're out of the second inning with no damage. As we go to the bottom of the second, it's Illinois Wesleyan 1, Carthage 0.
1 left. We're headed to the bottom of the second.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false? On average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True. IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year. Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation. Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit, apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Back here at Jack Hornberger Field, blustery early May Saturday afternoon. Big doubleheader for the Titans and the Firebirds, and we go to the bottom of the second. Titans leading 1-0.
What's great about this matchup is even if the Titans were to clinch hosting rights in the 1 seed for the conference tournament in this first game, the Firebirds would have motivation to play that second one. You know, they're getting a feel for the opponents. The first time, this 3-game series is the first time they're seeing each other this year, and this very well could be the championship next week.
Curveball in there for strike 1. The batter is
Tristan
Figgis.
Or
are we batting out of order? We had a different order on our score sheet. That I think Gage Wolf and Figgis traded spots in the order. As Figgis will line one into right for a base hit. Good start to the second inning. Nice hit that time. Figgis with a leadoff single. So we had kind of out of order in the first inning. We had Figgis batting, but I believe it
is Gage Wolf who's stepping up now, though. Figgis does register a single in his first at-bat. We go
Gage
to that
Wolf,
7 hole.
Bloomington High School Purple Raider playing for the Titans now. Up with a man on first, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. Titans leading 1-0. Takes a fastball up and in for ball one. Gage Wolf scored a run yesterday in the win at Carthage in 3 at-bats. Playing second base today for the Titans. 1-0 pitch from Roberts. Fouled back by Wolf. Titans up that count at 1-1.
Yeah, the Titans have a balanced order. There really is no weak link in this lineup as far as hitting is concerned. And you look at Wolf here in the 7-hole, and he bats .344. So certainly a dangerous player to have in the lower half of your order.
See if they put a man in motion here at some point. Wolf is squaring a bunt, and did he offer at it? No. Ball kind of, I think, bounced in there, so nice job of not taking a stab at that one.
And good work from Christian Duarte to prevent it from getting away from him.
Count is 2-1 now. Roberts trying to even this one up as he throws over to first base. Figgis gets back. He's there after a leadoff single to begin this bottom of the second inning. First of 2 for you here at Jack Hornberger Field. Blustery May afternoon. Wind blowing straight in. Second throw over to first base. Draws a little jeers from the Titans dugout. Roberts still looking over there. Pitch to Wolf. Outside. Now 3-1. So exactly what happened to Roberts in the first inning. Got into trouble, got behind in the count. See what he does right here.
He was rescued then by a double play, but you can't really count on that.
Pitcher's best friend. He's looking for one right here. 3-1 pitch to Wolf. Line drive, base hit to right. And Figgis takes the turn, but he'll stop at second base. Nice play. Kind of hard to get those legs going on a cold day today. Not going to stretch that into third base.
I think it's the wise choice. This early in the game, especially now that they have that lead from the first inning, best to have 2 on here for Jack Flagg. It's the good choice. And Flagg, someone who's no stranger to knocking in runners, whether it's from third, second, or even first. 29 RBIs on the season.
Had a big game yesterday. We'll talk about that here in a second. Already the 4th hit for the Titans in this one. They've got men at first and second. Nobody out. Leading 1-0. And here's the pitch to Jack Flagg. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Flagg was 2 of 3 yesterday with 3 RBIs in the big win over the same Carthage team, but it was up at Kenosha. So if you're wondering what happened, they both drove down here and now are playing in Bloomington. How about that?
Yeah, it's something you really only see in collegiate baseball, especially Division II, Division III.
Roberts turns and throws to second base. Easily back in is Tristan Figgis. Trying to keep an eye on these tight base runners. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Flagg looking at this 0-1 pitch and lines one to second base. Nice play by the second baseman. He'll go to second and over to first. Another double play. Both teams now have turned 2 double plays, and Figgis ends up on third base. Exactly what happened in the first inning.
Absolutely.
The Titans got that man home from third, but this time it's up to Tyler Woltman.
Evan Devine again playing such an important role there. The second baseman in the gap between first and second. Daring play that got it all going.
Nice play by Devine. Scooping that one, getting it over to a shortstop to turn that double play. And Roberts, both pitchers now the benefactors of double plays, 2 double plays. As Roberts starts off Woltman with a pitch outside, or actually they're going to call that a strike.
Woltman, someone who's not necessarily in the lineup for his hitting. He's an excellent catcher, but not a poor hitter by any means either. 22 runs knocked in this season, and with the runner in scoring position, hope to make that 23 as this one's tipped back.
Line drive right straight back at us. Woltman now in the hole 0-2. Got to tighten up here, get that man home from third base with 2 outs. His Titans already leading 1-0, bottom of the second. Here's the pitch from Roberts. And it's going to be a bouncer. The umpire's going to call it foul. So no harm, no foul. And we'll do it all over again. Standing at third base is Tristan Figgis. He's ready to head home on any loose ball. Here comes Roberts. 0-2 pitch. Foul to third. So Woltman stays alive. So we get a respite from the breeze right now. We're all appreciating that. Strong northeast wind cooling things down here in Bloomington today. Roberts with the 0-2 pitch. Man on third, 2 outs. And high for ball 1. Good take that time by Tyler Woltman.
For those of you just joining us, in case you're confused, we apologize for the technical difficulties. Contrary to what's on the scoreboard, Illinois Wesleyan is up 1-0 in the bottom of the second.
Woltman had a hit yesterday. Doesn't reach. No.
Roberts fully thought that inning was over.
Yeah, the home plate umpire peeled down to second base, and Woltman, they say, did not swing or did not offer it that one, and evens the count at 2-2. So nice long at bat, Tyler Woltman here. 2-2 pitch from Roberts. Man on third, 2 outs. And it's down the middle, and that's going to be a looper. It's going to drop. It does, and that's another run for the Titans as Tyler Woltman, with a flare out to center field, brings home Figgis for the easy walk-home second run of the game.
That's beautiful from Tyler Woltman. I mean, the patience to stay in that at-bat. Going down 2 strikes, staying patient, not losing focus over that controversial call, staying locked in on the ball, and just delivers a hit, a very timely hit to double the Titans' lead here.
Both teams with 2 double plays, and now Titans have a couple of flares out there for 2-out run-scoring singles, and it's 2-0 Illinois Wesleyan, the bottom of the second, as we go back to the top of the order, and Matt Hudick, who led things off in the first inning, getting on an error, and scored the game's first run. Takes first pitch strike. So Woltman, catcher at first base, so got to hit one in the gap to get him get that extra base. Catcher notoriously slow running as second pitch is outside, ball 1. So evens the count at 1-1.
Carthage will be disappointed to have given up a run there, especially with Roberts working his way to an 0-2 count against Woltman. Tyler Woltman delivering when it mattered most, and now the Titans will be feeling pretty good regardless of how this inning ends, with David Meyer looking real solid out on the mound.
Right down the middle, strike 2. Yeah, Roberts thought he was out of the inning, as you said. Did not get the call on the check swing by Woltman, and he gets the second chance and put it in center field for the base hit. Got his team on the board again, 2-0. So here we go.
All Roberts wants is to get out of this inning here.
1-2 now on Hudick. Outside, 2-2. 2-0. Titans on top of the Firebirds. CCIW Conference Championship, regular season conference championship on the line. Titans need to just win one of these 2 games this afternoon to do that. 2-2 pitch from Roberts, and it's going to be a high hopper. It's going to be trouble. It's going to be a close one at second base, and it's fumbled and safe at first.
Again, Hudick doing just enough, and we know how pacey he is. The second that ball's in play, there is a risk, no matter where it's going, that Hudick's reaching first base. And indeed he does. Real good awareness, good on him to stay hustling, stay moving. He makes it to first base just in time.
Devine got to it, but just bobbled it. I think he had time to make that throw. It was bang bang at first, but hustle by Hudik, who's on for the second time. And now here comes Justin Gradomski with 2 men on now. 2 outs, but 2 men on.
And Gradomski, now this is the last batter you want to face in this situation.
And a grounder to short. That's short way to second base, and Gradomski grounds out the end of the inning, but the Titans score again. Another 2-out hit puts Illinois Wesleyan on top of Carthage 2-0 as we head to the top of the third.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
How electric it is in the dugout right now. It's too chill for that.
Back to start the top of the third inning. Titans up 2-0 in this pivotal CCIW Conference Championship doubleheader against Carthage. Both teams coming in at 14-4 on the season.
It's been a real good season for both of these teams, and for Carthage, if they lose this game, if they go into the second game of the doubleheader knowing that they've let the regular season title, at least the outright regular season title, slip, as well as hosting rights for the conference tournament, they'll be so disappointed because last week they entered the national rankings at number 30, slotted it into that last spot. They've been receiving votes throughout the year, so it will be a disappointing end to the season. For Wesleyan, it'll be a stark contrast from how they ended last year, where they went on a skid to end the year, 1-6 skid. Here, they're 9-1 in their last 10 games and looking good in this one.
Yeah, the Titans are getting it all put together here at the end of the season, while Carthage has lost 2 out of their last 3, and especially big game yesterday up in Kenosha as the first pitch to start the third inning is a strike right down the middle. Justin Duarte, the catcher up there now, facing Will Davidsmeyer. Fouls off the second pitch, so it's 0-2 now on the Carthage catcher.
Duarte is a good hitter, 386 this season, 5 home runs.
And Davidsmeyer gets the K, swing and a miss. First strike out of the game for Davidsmeyer, and that's the first out of the third inning.
Puts him away with such ease. That's what you want if you're Will Davidsmeyer. He's really on cloud 9 right now, and this is second consecutive start where he started so strong after last week.
Looks like a slider that got the Carthage quarterback. Now there's a swing and a ball up the middle. Shortstop over to first. Long stretch, got him at first for the second out. Nice stretch that time by Kay Tomhave on the throw from shortstop Justin Gradomski. Long throw, but they got him at first for the second out.
Gradomski and Tomhave combined for so many outs. They have they've been teammates for so long. They know each other's games and they know how to make up for each other's shortcomings.
And another play for Gradomski. And a long throw rockets that one over, and what a quick top of the third for Will Davidsmeyer.
Absolutely.
Mows him down.
It's perfection from the Titans in the top of the third, and the Titan Bats will be back after a quick word from our sponsor.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
Back here at the bottom of the third inning, Titans leading Carthage 2-0 as they come to bat. And a couple of two-out singles in the first and second inning. Got a man home for third, and that's your 2 runs of the game. But that might have been the best inning that Will Davidsmeyer had pitched. The last inning, only threw about 8 pitches and got out pretty quickly.
Yeah, he threw a 3-pitch strikeout to start, and then 2 feeble groundouts that, well, they were difficult balls to handle as far as playing it to first is concerned. Godomsky-Tom Have combination coming in.
And on a cool, blustery May afternoon, his defense enjoys that because they want to be back in the dugout, kind of out of this wind and warming things up. So Brendan Roberts starts his third inning of work. He's given up a couple of runs.
He's facing Tom Have here, who's in his first plate appearance grounded out.
Different situation than his first plate appearance, who came up with 2 men on, trying to bunt them over. This time, Tom Have takes strike 1. He'll be swinging away here.
Why wouldn't he now? They have that 2-run cushion. Davidsmeyer, by the looks of it, is firing on all cylinders.
Offered at that one, yes, he'll swing at that one, so now he's in the hole 0-2. Couldn't check his swing as Tom Have playing a good first base so far in this one.
He's been very involved. Second plate appearance plus a lot of action at first base. It's been a busy afternoon for him so far.
Here comes Roberts' pitch. It's outside. Oh no, they're going to call that on the black. Strikeout for Roberts, his first of the game. Tom Have disagreed with that one as he walks back to the dugout shaking his head.
Yeah, he's shaking his head in disbelief, whether at the call or at his showing at the plate. It's not quite clear, but that one was certainly...
That was on the edge. That was on the black, I would say, but he got the call. Roberts did, so it's the first out of the third inning.
Roberts will be happy to see that call go his way after an earlier controversial call went in favor of Tyler Woltman at the plate.
Jimmy Grigoni. High pop-up on the first pitch. Devine, the second baseman, under it, and he'll catch that one for the second out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That brings up J.P. Ferraro. Got the single and the run scored in the first inning.
That brought him to an even 30 runs knocked in for the season. Now not in a great position to deliver another one with nobody on. Although he does lead the team in home runs, so you never know.
You'd have to be swinging from your shoe tops today. Wind blowing straight in out of the northwest. Straight in center field pretty much. As Grigoni boundered first, but it's going to go foul. So he's down 0-1.
Roberts trying to make quick work, taking inspiration from Davidsmeyer in the top of this inning. And Carthage really need a quick inning. They can't afford to give up any more runs without going into, well, not panic mode, but in these conditions, you don't want to have a late rally.
Roberts' second pitch is low. Evens the count 1-1. 2 outs here for Grigoni. Trying to get the 2-out rally going, but his team leading 2-0. Davidsmeyer yet to give up a hit after 3. Roberts will give up a hit right there, right up the middle. Nice shot by Jimmy Grigoni, third baseman.
J.P. Ferraro is the one who registers the hit there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, J.P. got behind myself in the batting order, so J.P. with the shot up the middle. He's 2 for 2, I believe.
Yeah, that's an RBI single to start things, and now getting on base to force Roberts to throw some extra pitches. So good work from Ferraro, certainly.
Tristan Figgis now up with J.P. at first base. 2 outs, though. Roberts trying to get out of the inning here. Figgis offers at the first pitch, swing and a miss.
Figgis also managed a hit, scored a run earlier in the game.
Down 0-1. Roberts has pitched well. Just a couple of 2-out hits. Difference in this one, and Figgis takes ball 1.
For what it's worth,
count 1-1.
For what it's worth, Roberts hasn't given up an extra base hit, but the Titans have turned 7 singles into 2 runs.
Yeah, it's a singles kind of day as both teams playing their outfield pretty shallow. Roberts with the 1-1 pitch, 2 outs, and that's high for ball 2.
Now, if you're the Carthage coaching staff in this situation, it's difficult to decide at what point to go to your bullpen because your pitcher's not doing a bad job by any means, but you'd might want a fresh arm in a situation where you are down despite solid pitching.
2-1 pitch from Roberts. It's going to be fouled back to even the count at 2-2. On deck is Gage Wolf.
We talked earlier about Wolf's quality, and he's someone who's registered one of those singles. It seems like everyone's getting in on the party here for the Titans as far as those singles are concerned. We'll see if Figgis can keep the train rolling in this inning.
2-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Figgis grounder into the hole. It's going to be an infield hit. Nice play by the shortstop to smother that one, but no play, and Figgis beats it out. So we've got first and second now with 2 outs, and here comes Gage Wolf.
Good contact from Figgis, certainly. Even though that's some quick hands there from Colin Callahan, the shortstop. Just wasn't in time.
Deep in the hole, even at second base. That's a tough play. So here comes Wolf, the Bloomington native. 2 men on, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Titans leading 2-0. Wolf looking at his first pitch. Singled his first time up. Takes a ball outside.
Now, if there's anything that you can criticize about this Titan performance, and there's really not a lot, they've played a pretty much impeccable game, it is that they have stranded quite a few runners. So they don't want that to come back to bite them. If
both teams have turned 2 double plays in this one. Kind of hard to believe in the bottom of the third. Wolf will have an easy grounder. Oh, hits the runner. He's out. So that'll end the inning. Kind of one of those rare plays. Got to know where the ball's at, as Figgis did not. Got hit with the ball, so he's out. That ends the inning, and we go to the bottom of the third. It is Illinois Wesleyan 2, Carthage 0.
2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. And we're headed to the fourth.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Back here at Jack Hornberger Field as we begin the top of the fourth inning. Will Davidsmeyer is pitching pretty well. Has yet to give up a hit.
Yeah, he's been
Defense has turned 2 double plays behind him, and he'll start things off here in the fourth with a curveball in there for a strike.
It's one of those pitching outings where it seems like everything's going right. Your infield's doing their job.
Second pitch is outside, evens the count 1-1. Carthage has really not forced the defense to do anything that they didn't want to in this one, as that's fouled back by Colin Callahan, who's now down 1-2 to lead off the fourth inning for the Firebirds. Ground ball, actually, no, it's a line drive. That's going to get into the gap. He's going to look for 2. The throw is going to come in. They're going to hold him to a single. Nice play defensively, holding Callahan to a single. That one had a double written all over it just from the start, but good hustle out there. holding Callahan to a single.
I think it's the right choice to stop the run of Callahan. I maybe wouldn't have gone for second base to begin with, because when Davidsmeyer, he hasn't given up a hit through 3 innings. You just want to get a runner on base by any means.
Well, I jinxed him there. Talked about not giving up a hit, and he does. But just a single to lead off the 4th for Carthage as Max Cairo comes up with a man on first. Nobody out. 2-0 Titans in this one.
It's been a team defensive effort.
Curveball outside, so now it's 2-0. Davidsmeyer gives up his first hit. He's got to kind of regroup.
He's yet to give up a walk, but he is down 2-0 here in this count.
He's got to trust his defense, who's already turned 2 double plays. Fastball right down the middle. Strike 1.
It's a tough pitch for Cairo to take.
Max Cairo, the DH for Augie Schmidt's Carthage Firebirds, who fell to these Titans just 24 hours ago up in Kenosha. Strike 2 pitch actually dropped by the catcher. Actually, ball 3, not strike 2. So 3-1.
Boltman turning around right away. I think Callahan didn't notice initially that it had been dropped, so no attempt to move to second there, especially with it being the 3rd ball. He's off now.
The pitch, swinging and fouling it back. Man on the move, so Carthage sends Callahan on the pitch. And with the foul ball, it's 3-2 now. Count is full, so Callahan will be moving with the throw home.
I think Callahan, if you've ever seen a man desperate to get on second, that's what it looks like.
He's got the oven mitt on his left hand. Here's the full count pitch from Davidsmeyer. Man on the move, and it's fouled back again, this time by Cairo. So big at bat here in the top of the 4th in a 2-0 Titan game. But as we talked about, every run is going to be precious today in a cool, windy Saturday, early May in Bloomington. Throw over to first, easily back is Callahan.
If Max Cairo can get on base here, it'll be a completely different ballgame for Carthage. For starters, they'll have the first runner in scoring position, 2 on, nobody out. Suddenly, they could be in a position to not only cut into this lead, but even tie up the game.
Big pitch for Davidsmeyer, and it's fouled, or actually a fly ball. It's a deep fly to right, and it's going to be caught out there. Nice play by Figgis, just short of the track.
I think that's the farthest we've seen a ball hit today.
Yeah, that one took off. I was kind of surprised. Cairo gave it a ride, but it's a long out for the first out here in the top of the 4th inning.
Davidsmeyer will be grateful for Figgis's timing and awareness to get to that one and scoop it up with such ease after such a long at-bat. You don't want it to end with a hit all the way to the right field wall.
He got a lot of that ball. Just not enough. Maybe on a warmer night that gets out, but just short of the track. Tristan Figgis caught that one for the first out, and the new batter is P.J. Mosier. Fouls this one back, straight back, to go down 0-1.
Moser last time up. Rounded out.
Davidsmeyer would like his infield to turn the 3rd double play of this game, and we're in the 4th inning, and they're going to try it down to second for 1, over to first. He's out! What a play! As scripted, we've seen a couple first to second, back to first, double plays by both teams, and after 3.5, it's Titans 2, Carthage 0.
We'll be back after a quick word from our sponsors here.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false? On average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True. IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year. Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation. Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit, apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Back here at Jack Hornberger Field, it's Titans 2, Carthage 0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, and the third double play of this game was turned by the Titans to end the top of the fourth, and we've seen a couple of grounders to first where it's first to second, back to first, and the defense has been stellar today by both teams.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic game from a defensive perspective, from a batting perspective. So frustrating. It seems like nothing's working, especially for the Firebirds. They really seem to get something going there with the leadoff single, and in the end, 3 outs very quickly came, and Davidsmeyer gets out unscathed, loses the 0 hits, but all
Davidsmeyer really locked in and closed out that inning as Jack Flagg leads things off for the Titans here in the bottom of the fourth. His team leading 2-0. First pitch by Roberts outside, ball 1.
Flagg couldn't get on base.
As we talked about, good game yesterday against this Carthage team, going 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs.
I'll be hoping to match that. That would be quite a feat to do that in these conditions and this important of a game.
Grounder, it's going to be a slow grounder to second. Devine scoops it, throws it wide to first, and the flag is on. That's going to be an error on Devine, I believe, pulling the first baseman off the bag. Couldn't get it over to Mosier, and I believe that's probably the second error of the game for the Carthage Firebirds.
Yeah, Flagg, every single player knows the value of running it out. You never know what's going to happen. Sure enough, that throw was well off the mark. Now you have a runner on, nobody out.
Yeah, and that's kind of how the game started, and that run scored, one of the 2 for the Titans today. So Devine with his second error of the game.
That brings up Woltman, who's had a good game so far. He managed an RBI single first time up.
Woltman's first at bat, he really battled and got that single, drove a run home. Now he's up in a position to maybe sacrifice Flagg over to second base. Square to bunt. We'll see if he does here. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Second pitch is on the outside. Evens the count 1-1. Big 0 on the back of Tyler Woltman's jersey. Trying to advance Jack Flagg, who's on first base, courtesy of the error by Carthage. They throw over, and he's easily back in.
The Titans, really everything's gone according to plan for them here. And still very early in the game. Carthage
long
far
way to
from
go.
out of it, but so far so good for Coach Keller and his team.
Nobody out, bottom of the fourth, ball outside. Now 2-1 on Woltman.
Woltman batting in this 9-hole. If he can get on base with a walk or advance Flagg, he will have done his job.
Yeah, it kind of changes now. 2-1 in the count. See what happens. See what Michael Keller wants, and he's going to bunt this time, and he's going to foul it back. Not happy with that effort, so evens the count 2-2.
Yeah, now the game plan changes. Can't afford to take that risk on a 2-strike count.
So swing away most likely for Woltman. But he is 1 for 1, so go for it, young man. Flagg at first base with a short lead. Nobody out here at the bottom of the fourth.
He's capable of taking a big swing out of it.
Roberts' pitch is going to be thrown out to right or hit out to right, and an easy play out there.
Woltman making good contact, but it's frustrating in that situation because when you send that one out to right field, a real small chance of advancing the runner.
Right fielder hardly had to move that far. Xander Tubbs squeezed that one for the first out. Now we go back to the top of the order, and Matt Hudick scored the game's first run. 1 out, man on first, bottom of the 4th. Hudick offers at it and fouls that one back, or it's swinging bunt for strike 1.
Hudick opting for the same tactic. He's 1 for 2 so far, as we mentioned. Did score one of the 2 runs.
Just 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Titans leading 2-0. Hudick grounded to third. Third goes to second base for 1. Over to first. Is he out? He's out at first. So another double play. Carthage now has turned 3. Both teams with 3 double plays in this one. So not a lot of runs, but all kinds of double plays.
Yeah, the second that ball went in the direction that it did, you just had a feeling, if history is any indication, that's going to be a double play. And sure enough, still 2-0 Titans through 4 innings. We'll be back.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false? On average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True. IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year.
Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation.
Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit, apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
No, I had no idea. The only reason I corrected
All right, we be back here at Jack Hornberger Field as we begin the top of the 5th inning, and it's been, if you like double defense and double plays, you've got your full today, 3 for each team, keeping this game within reach for Carthage, but the Titans still lead 2-0. They scored in the first and in the second as we begin the top of the 5th inning. Carthage down 2-0 as a curveball is fouled off.
And when you look at it, I think if you told the Carthage Firebirds coming into this game they were going to be out hit 8-1 through the first 4 innings, well, they'd think that's a game that's going to be difficult to save. Instead, only 2 runs on account of those multiple double plays, so they are still very much alive, and now's a good opportunity as any to get something going offensively.
Xander Tubbs up at the bat, swings at strike 2. Now he's down 1-2.
He's yet to register an official at bat. He was hit by a pitch.
Hit by a pitch, and then at bat when his teammate got thrown out of second base, and then swings and misses at the high heat, and he'll go down for the second K of the game for Will Davidsmeyer.
Good stuff from Davidsmeyer. Tubbs is a very dangerous hitter, and to put him away with relative ease to start the inning, good stuff.
Davidsmeyer reared back on that one. I don't know if we know what it was on the gun, but that was about maybe his hardest thrown pitch today, as he starts now the next batter with a curveball low this time, so ball.
It's Matt Felber in the batter's box.
Felber, the third baseman who started that double play to end the bottom of the 4th inning, goes down now, or is up in the count 2-0. Tight dugout doesn't like those 2 calls by Blue behind the plate, as the third pitch, is a strike right down the middle for Davidsmeyer. It's now 2-1.
Felber flew out last time up.
Make Felber a swinger and doesn't offer at that curveball in the dirt. So it's 3-1.
Davidsmeyer, in case any of you are curious, his longest outing, which he's matched twice, has been 7 full innings.
High fastball is ball 4, and going down to first is Matt Felber with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning.
That's the first walk Davidsmeyer's given up today. We've seen a player reach on an error. We've seen a player reach on a hit by pitch, but first time he's dealt 4 balls to the same batter.
And the first couple pitches were borderline. If you were wearing green, you probably thought those were strikes, but not getting them and swinging at first pitch is Drew Neck, and he'll miss that one to go down 0-1. So we're in position for another. The thing about those 6 double plays, there were inning-ending double plays.
Yep.
So
it always seems to happen with 1 out.
That is a feat in itself, and the Titans are set up for another one here if they can get Drew Neck to roll into one, but he's down 0-2.
And I think Davidsmeyer will gladly take another strikeout, certainly, but a double play would be even better.
Infield kind of in on this turf infield here at Jack Hornberger Field. Here's the pitch and outside. Nice take that time by Neck, the left fielder.
Grounded out last time out. He won't want to hit a little feeble ground ball here because, like you said, could very well be the 7th double play of the afternoon.
1-2. Davidsmeyer high, a little too high. Maybe that came out of his hand wrong or slipped on a little wet mound surface.
Yeah, that's probably his poorest pitch so far. He'll be hoping to press the reset button here and finish off this at-bat triumphantly.
2-2 count. 2 out. Or excuse me, 1 out, trying to get out of this inning, get a low and outside in the dirt. Nice job corralling that one was Tyler Woltman.
Well, we're all aware of his catching prowess. That's why he gets the nod, although he's contributed hitting-wise today, too.
Full count here, man on first, 1 out, and it's going to be running. It's ball, and the runner is going to be safe because it's ball 4.
Very dramatic throw.
Got to stay on the bag. You can't come off the bag. The throw beat him. He would have been meat at second base, but it's going to be ball 4, and so take your base. Drew Neck bringing up Christian Duarte.
I think Felber, well, if there's one lesson he's going to take away from that is not. You don't want to steal a base with Woltman behind the dish. That throw was in plenty of time. Obviously, you can't.
Might have been a rare double play strikeout throw him out there. That would have been awesome for double play number 7 in this contest, but it's ball 4. So Neck goes down to second base. As Felber goes down to first base, Felber moves up to second base, and now Christian Duarte up with 2 men on. First runner in scoring position for the Firebirds, and a long fly ball out to right field. As standing out there is Figgis, and he'll catch that one, quickly throw into second as the runner at second advances to third base, but now there's 2 outs in the inning.
Now Felber doing much wiser on his base running that time. They're in plenty of time. There wasn't even a throw to third at the end.
Got to get to third base if you're going to take off on that one, and he does, and puts himself into scoring position.
Devine now.
Evan Devine, who's had a tough day in the field with a couple of errors, is coming up with a teammate standing on third base, but 2 outs. So tough one here for Davidsmeyer, and it's going to be a grounder to third. It's going to be booted, and a run's going to score.
That's about as unfortunate as it possibly could have been for the Titans. Barely stays fair, and then the little dribbler just can't get picked up by Gorgoni in time to make a play.
Gorgoni lets that go, hoping it bounces foul. I believe it's going to hit the bag. And he found himself kind of caught in no man's land. That would have been a long throw to get the man at first base, but he kind of bobbled the ball, had no chance at that point, and Carthage is on the board.
Not just that, but they have the tying run in scoring position, and the go-ahead run is on base. So all of a sudden, the Firebirds could turn this game on its head.
Yeah, Woltman with a nice job behind the plate as he stops that one from going to the backstop, and the runners don't advance. And now it's 1-1 on the batter, Jimmy Herget.
Now Davidsmeyer still pitching a shutout of sorts because that won't go down as an earned run.
So in the stretch for the first time. Curveball is just wide. Ooh, that was close. Ball 2, so 2-1. And Herget, the center fielder, with a chance possibly to tie this game for Carthage. Ball's outside, so now 3-1.
It's called a strike, so it'll be an even count.
Goodness.
Now Davidsmeyer getting the call.
Getting the outside behind the plate, both pitchers have today, so Carthage not happy with strike 2. So now 2-2 on Herget. Here comes Davidsmeyer trying to get out of the inning. And throws it high, ball 3.
All these players want from the umpires is consistency. They know not every home plate umpire strike zone is going to be the same, but they want to know what will be a strike and what won't.
One run in, 2 outs, full count, 3-2. Big pitch for Davidsmeyer. Looks back to second base. Here's the pitch right down the middle, and it's fouled off to right. Staying alive is Jimmy Herget.
Herget doing what he needs to do. Every extra pitch puts Davidsmeyer at a slight disadvantage in this position. It's the tightest squeeze he's been in all game.
Drew Necht on second base. He's going to try and score. Here's Davidsmeyer's pitch. It's back to the backstop. Ball 4. So load the bases.
Now we should expect a mound visit. Looks like we're going to get one.
So Michael Keller out to talk to his starter.
And I think you can trust Davidsmeyer to get out of the situation, certainly. No talk of a pitching change by any means. He's done very well. This is only the second walk he's given up, but this is a crucial at-bat. This could be the at-bat that decides the game. Even this early, it can play a pivotal role in what happens for the rest of this.
Davidsmeyer's got to trust his defense, who's turned 3 double plays for him in this one. So see what they can do here. Bases loaded. 2 outs, though, and a tight one now. Titans lead by 1, 2-1. Top of the 5th inning. Break the huddle on the mound.
In steps Colin Callahan, 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a single and a ground out. Now Callahan, coming into today, was batting .369, and he's knocked in 42 runs. So with the bases loaded.
Starting shortstop, leadoff hitter for the Firebirds, and the first pitch is outside, ball 1.
Understandably,
Carthage.
now every ball is driving the Carthage dugout crazy.
Dugout coming alive all of a sudden. Davidsmeyer's got to dig in. Trust your defense here. Callahan will take a get-me-over pitch to even the count at 1-1. That looked like Davidsmeyer was just trying to get a strike, and Callahan was taken all the way. So 1-1, 2 outs, bases loaded. Davidsmeyer gets the grounder to third. Throw to first, double clutch, but it's out at first. Nice play. Gets the grounder to third. Gorgoni throws out the runner, and they're out of the inning.
The Titans come out. They escape a bases loaded situation, and Carthage strand 3 runners on the bases. Nonetheless, they do get their first run, so it's as close as it can be. It's 2-1 to the Titans. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
We go to the bottom of the 6th now, bottom of the 5th. And it's a little tighter now. It's 2-1 Titans on top of Carthage. And we'll have Gadomski, Tomhave, and Grigoni. Grigoni ended the top of the fifth with the grounder to the third that he got over to Tomhave on the bases-loaded ground out. That was a nice effort by Davidsmeyer to get out of that inning.
He did so well, and it's been a comprehensive performance from him. Even the one run wasn't his fault necessarily. It was a bit of a fielding mishap at third base. It's been a real good game from the defense collectively, despite those two errors, and in these conditions, everything's just that much harder. Now they'll be hoping to add some insurance runs in the bottom of the fifth, create that distance again.
Roberts comes back out for the Firebirds and will quickly get a grounder to short. Throw over to first is in time. 1 out, 1 pitch, 1 out.
It's a good start for the Firebirds. If you're Roberts, you want this to be the quickest inning you've had. Get it back over to your bats that are finally getting hot, or at least getting patient. They're getting on base with walks, whatever the case may be.
Callahan over to Mosier on the put out. And now Kay Tomhave comes up. No man on, 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Wind picking up again. Tomhave with a grounder right up the middle for a base hit.
Important hit for the Titans, important hit for Tomhave, whose confidence may have been faltering a little bit. He hasn't been in his best form over the last week or so. He was 0 for 2 prior to that at-bat, but drills that one first time.
Well, you want to get that momentum back. Carthage kind of got a little momentum, getting a run in the top half of this frame to cut it to a 1-run game. So if you're the Titans, you want to maybe get another run back on the board, gain that momentum back, and they're leaving it up to Jimmy Grigoni right here with a man on first, 1 out. Grigoni right up the middle, could be another double play. Out at second, out at first, and out of the inning. What a quick win. What a quick one for Carthage, and they have turned 4 double plays now, 7 in total in this game.
I don't think any of these can surprise me anymore. So a quick inning for the Firebirds. The Titans still lead 2-1, but with 4 innings to play, the CCIW regular season title is very much up in the air. We'll be back after a quick word.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is
Back here at Jack Hornberger Field as we are now into the 6th inning, and a tight game has gotten even tighter after the Carthage Firebirds turned their 4th double play that end a very quick bottom of the 5th inning for the Titans, and now Davidsmeyer's back on the mound, and he's got to kind of get this turned back in the Titans' favor.
Yeah, he'll be facing Max Cairo first. Cairo is 0 for 2, so he's a good matchup for Davidsmeyer.
Curveball is low to Cairo. DH for the Firebirds. So now it's on the shoulders of your starting pitcher. Fastball is on the edge. Strike 1.
So much on the line in this game. Every single player on that diamond knows it.
Both teams 14-4 in conference play, and another fastball on the outside, and now Davidsmeyer's on top of Cairo, 1-2. Davidsmeyer seems to be getting stronger. I don't know if that's just me, but grounder to the third, long throw. Grigoni draws the man off first. Can't get the play. Kay Tomhave had to come off the bag to catch that ball, and it's going to be a throwing error, I believe, on Grigoni.
Yeah, Tom Have, first of all, real good agility from him to keep that ball from getting away and letting the runner advance further, and then making a last-ditch effort to tag the runner instead of the bag. Very nearly got him, but ultimately
trying to get that foot down, but just too far off the bag to make that happen. So the error to start things here, and the ball bounces in there. That caught, I thought, part of the uniform of PJ Mosier, but bounces it in there, did Davidsmeyer. So he's got to regroup here, already down 1-0. High pitch now. Got to focus. Got the grounder you wanted, but couldn't make the play. And now you're 2-0 on the next batter. Got to dig in here. Throws it inside again, now 3-0.
That'll be mixed feelings for Davidsmeyer because he's been helped by his defense on so many occasions and then haunted by his defense on a few more. So it's been an up and down game defensively for the Titans.
Carthage has turned 4 double plays, the Titans 3. Davidsmeyer's 3-0 pitch is right down Main Street, so makes it 3-1. Turns Mosier into a hitter now, but he might take this one up in the count, 3-1. Big pitch for Davidsmeyer. On the inside, does not get the call, and walking down to first base with his walk is PJ Mosier.
2 on, nobody out, and Carthage are entering a similar or even better situation than they were in the last inning. They left the bases loaded then. Now they could reload them or score a run if Xander Tubbs was to manage a base hit.
Nobody out. See if Tubbs squares to bunt to get somebody over. Does, and pops it up, and it's going to be a bouncer to third. Easy throw, bouncer to the catcher, and an easy throw to third base for the first out of the inning. Nice play by Tyler Woltman.
Yeah, Woltman saw that coming from a mile away, and he read it perfectly. It's an uneventful at-bat, doesn't accomplish its goal, and now Davidsmeyer will feel a lot more comfortable.
Yes, boy, Carthage just gave the Titans a break right there. Huge break. As Xander Tubbs could not get the bunt down. Matt Felber up there. I'm not sure what the home plate umpire was saying or doing right there, but Felber now in the box. 1 out, still 2 men on.
Felber walked in his previous at-bat. I'm sure he won't mind that now.
Top of the 6th, ball is low and outside for ball 1.
In case you're unaware, should the Titans come out victorious in this game, they do clinch hosting rights for the CCIW tournament, which starts on Wednesday. Carthage needs to win this one and then game 2 as well.
Grounder to third. Grigoni over to second, and a long throw to first. Not going to get the double play, and it skips away, but not that far enough to get a run home. Tom Have doing a good job of keeping that in front of him. The runner goes to third. Man is out at second base. That's the second out of the inning.
I think every heart in the stands here stopped when that ball seemed to get away from Tom Have, and you can tell that Moser was thinking about taking that one all the way home. But
I don't know if Tom Have comes up with that ball, if it's close at first base or not. Either way, it kicks away. So not out of the woods yet is Will Davidsmeyer. He's got a man on third base, but now 2 outs. And Drew Necht at the plate. Ball's outside for first pitch to connect. Playing left field today for the Firebirds.
He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out.
Big at bat. Top of the 6th. Curveball is swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1-1.
If you're the Firebirds, you don't want to strand another runner in scoring position, because Davidsmeyer has been pitching so well, and the Titans have lots of depth in the bullpen should they need it for reasons of fatigue or otherwise.
See if Davidsmeyer goes back to that curveball. He had Necht on his heels and does get strike 2.
Just such collected pitching from Davidsmeyer here. He's delivering his best in the most tense moment of this game. Tying runs on third.
He likes that outside pitch on the black. He's been getting it from the home plate umpire. See if he goes outside here. Trying to get a strikeout at the end of the 6th inning. Will Davidsmeyer gets the swinging strike. Strike 3, and the Titans are out of the 6th. They go to the bottom of the sixth, still leading 2-1 over Carthage.
Absolute perfection from the Titans there to wrap up a tricky inning, and it's scoreless in the end for Carthage. We'll be back after a quick break. Stay with us.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false? On average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True. IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year.
Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation.
Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit, apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Nine outs away defensively from their first CCIW regular season title since 2013.
Yeah, both these teams kind of have had a lapse in conference titles. Carthage, it's even later, 2009. So Augie Schmidt's kind of been in a funk there in Kenosha.
Really seemed like this was the year. Throughout the year, it seemed like this was the year. Now, all of a sudden, the Titans could sneak it away at the last moment.
And a grounder to start the first is a shot, and the pitcher covers. Nice job by Roberts. Gets the throw from the first baseman for the first out of the inning, and a nice play by P.J. Mosier to Roberts.
Roberts did well to cover for Moser. Moser could have gunned that one down himself, but always good to have the security of a
hard hit ball that time by the Titans, but Ferraro can't get that through the hole, and Tristan Figgis up now, trying to get on and see if somebody can get him home.
He's 2 for 2, and he has gotten over the plate once already. So
starts with a curveball high. Yeah, there's a lot on the line. Not only the regular conference championship, but obviously that winner hosts the tournament, which begins on Wednesday. So Titans don't want to go on the road again. They want to stay in Bloomington.
If the Titans can hang on here or win game 2,
curveball
either works. They will get to host the entirety of the CCIW tournament right here at Jack Hornberger Field.
Curveball over for strike 1, 1-1 from Figgis, playing right field. 2 for 2.
Figgis coming into today was batting .294, but he has 2 singles already, so that will have gone up.
Inside, ball 2. Titans got a run in the first, run in the second. Really haven't had a man in scoring position since. Carthage scored in the 5th inning. That's our score. Illinois Wesleyan 2, Carthage 1. Pitch to Figgis is in there for strike 2.
If you're a neutral fan, I'm sure this has been a delight to watch. If you're a fan of one of the two teams, it's been Heart Attack Central.
Nail biter, good defense. A lot of hits early by the Titans, but they've been kind of handcuffed by Brendan Roberts since about the 3rd inning. Here's Roberts' 2-2 pitch to Figgis. And it's going to be a grounder foul.
We've seen the nerves sort of penetrate the situation in terms of a couple errors here and there. We've also seen some absolute brilliance from both defenses and at times the offenses that are showing why these are the two teams in contention for this title.
Carthage playing their up the middle pretty deep now on Figgis. 2-2 pitch from Roberts and falls off the mound. falls off the mound. He slipped. I'm glad he can kind of laugh about it.
Well, that was unexpected.
So that's a ball?
Yeah. It's called for the balk, and that's a third ball.
So now the count is full. A little wet out there. Obviously, the artificial surface still hard to get dry. So here comes Roberts with the full count. And it's a high hopper. Tough play at third. Going to be a close win at first. Long throw, and the tag is dropped. The tag at first is bang, bang, and it's dropped over there and safe at first base. It's Tristan Figgis.
Yeah, he'll be delighted with that. Not sure if he'll get credited with the hit or not. I would assume no.
That's
if
a
so,
tough one.
That would be a 3-for-3 situation for him.
Yeah, tough one for Matt Felber. Got the throw over there in time. P.J. Mosier had to apply the tag, but then drop the ball. So that's a tough one. I don't know. I give that a hit, but we'll see what they score it. Nevertheless,
right now it stands as an error on the scoreboard.
Okay, tough error. Nevertheless, Tristan Figgis on first base with one out. Here comes Gage Wolf.
He's 1 for 2.
Second baseman. Trying to get Figgis moved over to get him into scoring position. Another run would be huge for the Titans. They lead 2-1 as the wind kicks in again. Wolf takes a strike on the outside.
Now, I know this is the least of anyone's worries right now, given that there's a conference championship on the line, but Carthage this week really playing with their ranking, their national ranking. They are nationally ranked. They're at risk of losing it. As for the Titans, winning a series against the nationally ranked team is a very good case
Always
to make.
A feather in your cap when you can beat a ranked team. Here's the pitch. Wolf grounder to the first. It's going to be gobbled up, and that's the only play. Advances Figgis to second base. But now there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, almost surprised that we didn't see a double play attempt given how well it's worked.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Combination.
You don't want to throw that ball away at second base because then you probably advance that runner to third. So good job of just making the play at first, getting the second out of the inning.
Yeah, cautious decision. It's easy to be tempted when you've made 4 double plays, but good choice ultimately.
So now Jack Flagg is up there. He had a big game yesterday. We've talked about a couple of times. 3 RBIs, 2 hits.
He's got Figgis in scoring position as the wind is really picking up here. This might be the fiercest
outfield
we've
maybe
seen
takes
so
a few
far.
more steps in. So Figgis is going to go on contact, but it might be a bang-bang play if they send him on a single. Pitch to Flagg. Grounder to third. Plays at first base. And a low throw is dug out of there. Nice play at first base, and Flagg is out. And the Carthage Firebirds are out of the 6th inning, and our score remains the same. It's Illinois Wesleyan 2, Carthage 1. Come on back for the 7th inning.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
We go to the top of the 7th inning here at Jack Hornberger Field, and a tight one with the conference title, regular season conference title on the line. And it has been tight ever since Carthage got on the board in the 4th inning. 2-1 Titans as we begin the 7th inning, and heading back out there is Will Davidsmeyer, who's pitched really well.
Absolutely. And we said he had 2 outings this season where he's pitched 7 innings. He'll be trying to match it here. He'll be hoping for a quick inning after a couple rocky ones, whether it was hits or other means of getting on base. We've seen a few errors.
Going back to the curveball again as he faces Christian Duarte, the catcher for Carthage. He goes down on the first strike, and now pitch 2 is on the outside. Evens it up 1-1.
Duarte has struck out and flown out. He is one of the 3 Firebirds who have gone down on strikes at the hand of Davidsmeyer.
Another swinging and a miss. A lot of off speed now coming out of Will Davidsmeyer's hand.
Yeah, it makes sense. We saw him pick up the intensity, deliver some real fast pitches up the middle, and now the off-speed pitch is working just as well. He has a wide array, a wide arsenal.
Little delay a game there for a second, but back to action here. Davidsmeyer gets another strikeout.
Well, that's beautiful.
Swinging strike that time by Duarte, and it's one out here in the 7th.
4th strikeout for Davidsmeyer. He's not someone who necessarily punches out batters too much, but he'll be happy with that one, especially striking out Duarte for a 2nd time today.
And again, he's gone back to the curveball, going outside, ball 1. He's gotten that call a couple of times today, not that time, as now Evan Devine, the second baseman for Carthage, in the box. 1-0 pitch is fouled off to right. Evens the count at 1-1. Wind has been steady, straight in from center field.
Devine, while he hasn't registered a hit or gotten on base himself, he did knock in the only run.
Another curveball, swing and a miss. Strike 2.
It feels like there's been a pitching change. It genuinely feels like a different man's on the mound.
Yeah, he has gone to the off-speed. Curveball looks sharp, and the Carthage players are not really sure what to do with it. And another foul on the 1-2 pitch. But I think Davidsmeyer feels like he maybe weathered a storm and is regrouped.
Yeah, for sure. He looks a different man, and he wasn't struggling at all before, but now he looks even more confident.
1-2 pitch just fouled off. Got a piece of it, did Evan Devine.
I think we'll be thrilled with that one, even though it's not a hit or anywhere near, just staying alive there. He was very close to going down swinging.
He's got 4 strikeouts, Davidsmeyer.
Yeah, this would be a
looking to get 5 right here. And does with the yacker. Standing still was Evan Devine. Got called out on strikes. Strikeout number 5 for Davidsmeyer.
And we saw a little wave from the pitcher. He is dealing absolute heat right now.
And I agree. It's almost like somebody came out of the pen, and Carthage doesn't know what to do. Pitch on the outside, strike 1. Waving at it, trying to get a bunt down maybe, or offering at it is Jimmy Herget, the center fielder, and he goes down 0-1.
You have to wonder if this was planned out from Davidsmeyer to not show the curveball early on.
Using it for later, can't get that curve on the outside. Trying to draw every strike out of this home plate umpire or the Titans dugout.
Yeah, Woltman's doing his best to frame those.
That one's way outside, now 2-1.
It's been an eventful game, but Davidsmeyer doing his best to make this an uneventful inning.
Yeah, trying to get out of the 7th, but then Herget up the middle keeps Carthage alive with a base hit.
He'll be happy with that one, especially because it does bring up a very dangerous part of the order, the top. Batting leadoff is Colin Callahan.
Colin Callahan, a big shortstop.
The shortstop.
Man on first now, but 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Davidsmeyer has gone the whole way. He's done a good job. Scattered just 2 hits, or is that the 3rd hit?
I think that's the 2nd hit of the afternoon.
Just the
for
2nd
Carthage.
hit of the afternoon. Throws a curveball on the outside. Does not get the call. That was close.
Yeah, these are all marginal pitches here.
1-1 on Callahan. Goes to the heat. Callahan fouls that back to even the count 1-1. Don't think they'll be running on Tyler Woltman. He's thrown out a runner, had one thrown out, but it was ball 4. But maybe they do. Maybe they try something.
Callahan, one of multiple Illinois natives in this Firebirds team. He's from Lake Zurich.
1-1, man going. Here's the throw down. It's going to be out at second. Oh, no. He called him out. Now he's calling him safe.
Not quite clear what happened there because there wasn't a drop ball or anything of the like that would make a change in call.
I thought the second base umpire called him out.
It seemed clear as day to me.
The throw beat him.
Unless something happened that was out of our view.
Boy, that could be a big play in this one.
Yeah.
The throw was perfect by Woltman. Unless the ball was dropped, and I don't think Michael Keller likes that call.
Yeah, some words it's not quite in your view if you're at home, but he's exchanging some words with the second base umpire.
Some second base umpire clearly signaled out and then changed his call. So nevertheless, it's going to be a stolen base, and now a runner in scoring position for Callahan, and the count is 2-1. So you got to regroup Davidsmeyer, and a curveball is fouled off. 2-2 now.
If that run comes home to score and tie this game, you just know Titans are going to be very unhappy.
It is what it is. If you're Davidsmeyer, you can't even think about that man at second base. You got to concentrate on this batter. 2-2. Can he get out of the inning right here? Can he get another strikeout and foul back? Callahan staying alive.
In the on-deck circle is Cairo, who's 0 for 3 so far, so Davidsmeyer certainly can get out of this inning. Let's see if he will.
Looking for the second strikeout of the inning. 2-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, fouled back. Went to the high heat. Getting a piece of that is Colin Callahan, the shortstop for Carthage.
We'll get a 2-2 pitch for the 4th time.
Both dugouts coming alive, and a tight one. Here we go again. 2-2, 2 outs. Curveball high. Tried that curveball that had looked so well the last couple innings, just got under it.
Yeah, if home plate was a couple feet further away, that would have been
3-2, full count. Trying to get out of the inning. Davidsmeyer's pitch. Curveball is a looper, and that's going to drop into right, and they're going to throw home, and the play at home is going to be safe for Carthage. We're all tied up 2-2, and there's that call at second base coming back to haunt the Titans.
And the Firebirds are on fire now. They're catching fire at the right time. It is a tie game in this title decider. Well, what a moment to produce that, and I think it was really the last possible moment to tie this game without going into panic mode because they were running out of time.
Yeah, Figgis had to take that on a hop. Good throw to home. Runner safe, and we're all tied 2-2, and now you got to dig in again. You got to think about it. Can't really force anything. Strike 1 to the new batter, Max Cairo.
Herget, to his credit, took off. He was...
Yeah, 2 outs. He's going to be running, so he got a good jump. Ball's outside. No, they're going to call that on the black.
Yeah, if you're
Davidsmeyer trying to just bounce back with a short at bat for Cairo, and he's already up 2 strikes to no balls.
Yeah, Cairo's been one of the batters Davidsmeyer has enjoyed facing.
Davidsmeyer again on the outside, trying to get the call, does not. High and outside.
I've seen little inconsistencies in the way these pitches have been getting called. Davidsmeyer always has to look up, can never know for certain if he's gotten it or not.
Trying to end the 7th and just slapped at it. It's Max Cairo staying alive.
Big moment here now. It's really important.
2-2 now, yeah. Carthage just tied this one up in the top of the 7th inning. Davidsmeyer trying to end the 7th with his pitch. Curveball is going to be a bouncer right back to him. Davidsmeyer will go to first and get the 3rd out, and he's out of the inning, but Carthage gets a run home and ties it up at 2. It's 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 7th.
It was Jimmy Herget, who played the pivotal role with a controversial stolen base and then coming all the way home off of a single from Callahan. 2-2.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is
So the Carthage Firebirds tie this game up at 2 with 1 run in the top of the 7th. Your Titans coming up to bat. And a game that the Titans got out 2-0 after 2 innings. A lot of zeros being put on the board by them, and now Carthage has tied this one up. So the ball is in the Titans' court to take the lead back here at home with the conference title on the line.
Yeah, the Firebirds rescuing their regular season, really. They want to be rewarded for what's been a comprehensive season start to finish with a conference title. And in case you're just joining us, the only way the Firebirds can come away with the title is by winning the title outright, that is winning both games here today.
Yeah, and to win both games, you got to win game 1, and it's tied 2-2, bottom of the 7th. Tyler Woltman, the catcher for the Titans, leading things off here in the bottom of the 7th.
He's knocked in one of the very few runs we've seen so far today.
Trying to get on base, see if somebody can knock him home. Outfield pretty shallow out there. Curveball in there for strike 1.
Both starting pitchers working into the 7th inning.
Yeah, Brendan Roberts and Will Davidsmeyer pitched really well today.
And that's what you want if you're the coaching staff, because it both means that you have secure pitching in this situation, and it saves the rest of your arms for the postseason, which is fast approaching.
A lot of pressure, ground ball deep into the hole. Got a catcher running, long throw to first. Hops in there, and it's out at first.
A little more speed, and Walton beats that.
Yeah, deep throw, long throw, but the nice, easy bounce off this turf is out number 1 at first base.
So with Matt Hudick coming up, not all hope is lost for the Titans, still just 1 out.
Go back to the top of the order and Hudick, see if he can get on and get things going with just 1 out here in the 7th inning.
Each part of the top of this order, Hudick, Godomsky, Tom Have, they're all 1 for 3.
Roberts' pitch is in there for strike 1. Roberts seems to be getting stronger inning by inning.
Yeah, he's giving up, first of all, less hits. His defense is making less errors. The two teams have almost swapped roles over the last couple of innings.
Yeah, a couple of tough early runs that he gave up, but he's settled in and pitched a gem of a game. Pitches inside for strike 2. That had some heat behind it. So now Hudick's down 0-2. Got to stay alive, got to protect the plate in a 2-2 ball game. Here's the pitch to Hudick. And it's a grounder. This one's deep into the hole. Hudick can run. Play at first is in time, and Hudick's out for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, Callahan's looking real confident now. The shortstop scooping up both of those with ease, making 2 good plays for 2 quick outs. You have to wonder, as we head into the 8th, provided that this does stay tied here, will these teams go to their bullpens? Because the pitchers have been playing fantastic, but they've also dealt a lot of pitches today.
Strong arms on the Carthage infield. They've turned 4 double plays today. Yes, 4 double plays. Titans have 3 double plays. As the first pitch to Justin Gradomsky is a strike. So Gradomski down 0-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-2 our score. Conference title, regular season conference title on the line is Gradomski with a high fly, deep to left. It's carrying, caught at the wall for out number 3.
It's a
Holy
brutal ending to the inning
teeth
for
of
the
the
Titans.
wind. Yeah, any other day that thing's out on the street, but it ends the 7th on a long fly ball.
Nothing's decided yet. We are deadlocked through 7 innings here on IWSports.com. You're in for a treat with the rest of this one and Game 2 coming up. Stay with us on IWSports.com. We'll be back after a quick break.
Number 42, Luke Costello.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
We go now into the top of the 8th, and Justin Gradowski was looking for his 6th home run of the season. Just came up about 3 or 4 feet short of that one. Caught at the wall to end the bottom of the 7th. Wow, on a tough day to hit it deep. He did, right into that teeth of the wind. It just came up a little short. That would have been huge.
It would have, and now it's a whole new ball game in multiple ways. First of all, it's still a tie game with 2 innings to play, and we do get a pitching change. Davidsmeyer once again not being pushed past that 7th inning. Instead, Luke Costello has entered the game in his place. Costello, the reliever.
Lefty, is coming in now as we go into the top of the 8th inning.
He has a 3.97 ERA on the season.
And starts P.J. Mosier, the first baseman for Carthage, off with a ball on the outside.
Just a little more about Costello. He's pitched 22 2/3 innings this year.
Bounces that one in there, shakes his head.
Credited with 2 wins and a loss, as well as 4 saves. It's a little bit of everything for Costello. Be hoping to get something going here. He doesn't want to start with a walk.
Yeah, don't want to give a leadoff man a base to begin the 8th inning, but gets that strike in there on the inside. Nice pitch. It's 2-1 now. Mosier, it's lefty on lefty here. That's why he's in there. And then he fouls that one off. Goes out on the streets. So 2-2. Nice job of coming back.
If you're enjoying this one, then you'll want to stay with us on IWSports.com. A second game of this doubleheader that decides the title, coming up 30 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1.
And a pitch to Mosier is low for ball 3.
You can feel this is an important at-bat. Even with nobody on, nobody out. Costello, it's his first inning. He doesn't want to start with a runner on base.
High pop-up on the infield. It's trouble in that wind, but squeezed by the shortstop for out number 1. Nice play out there by Justin Gradomski. And 1 out.
Good start for Costello. All things considered, good start. Getting a few pitches in, working his way back from a tricky 2-0 count. And now Carthage. It's a little more difficult for them. They don't have a runner on.
Xander Tubbs now the right fielder. Takes strike 1 from Costello, who relieves Davidsmeyer, who pitched really well. Got a tough call on a stolen base at second base. Thought he was out of the inning, was not.
That ended up being the only earned run he gave up.
That was the run that tied things up. But here we are, the top of the 8th inning.
Those of you curious about the stats line, Davidsmeyer pitched 7 full innings.
High fly, to right field. Camping under it is Figgis, and he'll squeeze it for out number 2.
Costello off to a flying start, trying to match what Davidsmeyer did. He lasted 7 innings, gave up just 3 hits across those 7 innings, 2 runs, one of which was earned and one unearned.
Yeah, some tough runs given up by both pitchers today in pretty hard conditions with this wind blowing in, temperatures in 50s. Here comes Costello now. Throws a strike on first pitch.
It's Felber, that's at the
to
dish.
The third baseman, yeah, Matt Felber.
He's 1 for 2. He's registered a single and a walk, so he's gotten on base twice, which is more than most of these Carthage players can say.
Pitch outside for ball 1. Wind continuing to howl straight in from the northwest. 1-1. Costello gets strike 2.
He's dealing well here. This is exactly the sort of thing you want to see from your reliever, because relieving someone who played as well as Davidsmeyer can have dangerous implications. It could all go wrong. Instead, Costello's continuing in the same rhythm.
Costello trying to get out of this inning outside for ball 2. 2 outs here in the 8th, excuse me.
Just wants to get that back to the offense.
Yep, get back on the field offensively. Here's the pitch, and a fly ball now to right. It's going to be a long run this time by Figgis. He's in the gray area and squeezes it. Couldn't really see it. Got screened by the dugout, but gets the 3rd out of the inning, and the Titans survive another inning. It's still tied 2-2. Your Illinois Wesleyan Titans coming to bat.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false? On average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True. IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year.
Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation.
Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit, apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Still the 8th. Touch it, and then 10 is still
We go to the bottom of the 8th, all tied 2-2. CCIW Conference Championship on the line. And for the Titans, it'll be Grigoni, Ferraro, and Figgis. Figgis making a couple of plays in right field. That top of the 8th, did a good job. Long run, caught that in over by the fence, was able to squeeze it for the 3rd out in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, he did very well. It's Cade Tomhave up first for the Titans.
Oh, okay, excuse me. I thought it was Grigoni, but skipped over Cade Tomhave.
So we will see Grigoni and Ferraro for sure, and the Titan faithful will be hoping to see Figgis, who would be the 4th batter of this inning. And yeah, as you mentioned, some crucial plays from him out in right field. And the top of this one, still Brendan Roberts on the mound.
Yeah, he has gotten stronger as this game has gone on. So he enters his 8th inning of work for the Firebirds and starts Tomhave off with a strike.
I don't think 2 innings into this game anyone could have predicted that Roberts would outlast Davidsmeyer.
We were talking about whether they were going to pull him there in the 3rd or 4th, and Augie Schmidt made the right call of leaving him in there, trusting his starter, and he's pitched well. Second pitch is outside, evens the count 1-1. Lead off first baseman, Cade Tomhave.
He's 1 for 3. He has a single, as well as a strikeout and a ground out.
He was 1 for 3 yesterday with 2 RBIs up in Kenosha with the big Titan win over this same Carthage team. Takes ball 2.
He'll just want to get on base.
Yeah, looking to get on base any way possible here. Because you score a run, you shut them down in the 9th, game over.
This could be over really quickly. The Titans, it's crazy to think in 15 minutes they could be celebrating their first regular season title in 12 years.
Fastball right down the middle. Tom Have let that one go and gets the strike. So it's 2-2 now on the first baseman for the Titans. 2-2 is our score as well. It's Titans 2, Firebirds 2.
What a classic it's been here.
Bottom of the 8th inning. Pitch from Roberts is strike 3. Swinging strike from Tom Have, and Roberts gets one of just a few Ks this afternoon.
That's his second one on the day.
Number 2.
He's been very solid on the mound, but hasn't struck out a lot. Now he's got his second one.
And he, like we talked about, getting stronger, it seems. Gets the K to lead things off here in the 8th inning.
Brings up Grigoni.
Now Grigoni stepping up. He's had a tough day at third base. Takes a curveball, strike 1.
So much left to play, even in this game, but especially with Game 2 coming up. It's crazy to think the implications that game could have. It could mean so much or almost nothing at all.
Yeah, it's
and it
getting
all
pretty
depends on
tight.
this.
Curveball is inside to even the count, 1-1.
Really don't think you could have scripted this afternoon much better.
Yeah, this is the movie script right here. We'll see if it ends on the good side for the Titans this afternoon. 1-1 to Grigoni. 1 out, nobody on. Grigoni takes it outside. 2-1. So now in the hole is Roberts, but he did a good job against Tom Have coming back and getting that strikeout.
Yeah, Grigoni wants to prolong this inning because you have Ferraro coming up, who's gotten on base with a hit, and then Figgis after him. Figgis, the only Titan to register more than 1 hit.
Rears back trying to get the second strike, but throws low, ball 3. So now Grigoni,
he's very
one ball
patient.
away from drawing a walk.
Like much of this Titan order, he's very patient, very intelligent. They all have high baseball IQ, and I think that's a testament to their quality, but also to their experience. This is a very senior-heavy team.
3-1 pitch from Roberts. And just fouled off the
Almost
hands.
unintentionally.
Yeah. Trying to check his swing. Jimmy Grigoni couldn't, and I think it just goes off the knob of the bat.
Yeah, you saw his reaction. You know he didn't want that.
And that was, I think, ball 4.
It looked to be well inside.
So now it brings the count full. Roberts really getting stronger. See if he can do it again here for the Firebirds. Right down the middle, ball 4.
Such a close
Inside, yeah, good take that time by Grigoni. Inside for ball 4, and now he will walk down to first base.
Grigoni will be so relieved because after that failed check swing, to go down on strikes after that would have been
Yeah, he wanted
painful.
a second chance there. J.P. Ferraro now up.
Ferraro does have a base hit, registered a single earlier in this game, but he's just grounded out twice since then. So let's see what John
Man on first,
Ferraro.
1 out. Time call. Looks like Carthage might be making a pitching change.
Seems
I was kind of expecting this before Ferraro got in the box.
yeah, a little confusing why it's such a sudden choice, or is it just a mound visit? Does he have some sort of insight related to Ferraro? Whatever the case may be,
talking
little delay
about
in the game.
what the plan is, who's doing what Ferraro likes, what he doesn't like.
It doesn't seem like a situation in which you necessarily need to pull Roberts. He's gave up a very narrow walk, barely.
No, I would think maybe he's getting to a pinch count where they're wanting to pull him.
Yeah,
But
it would be purely a fitness issue.
Yeah, he's pitched very strong since the second, third inning. But he's going to stay in the ball game.
Can Ferraro ruin Roberts' afternoon?
Straight away are the outfielders. First pitch to Ferraro. 1 out, man on first. Bottom of the 8th. outside, ball 1.
Very important for Ferraro to stay composed here. Coming into today, batting .323 with 6 home runs, and given that he's 1 for 3 today, that's a mark that's stayed pretty much the same.
Second pitch is outside, ball 2.
Now the crowd's getting into it.
Well, and now you start to wonder what's going to happen, what Augie Schmidt's going to do, the manager for Carthage, if Roberts cannot get Ferraro. Is this his last batter of the game?
Believe it or not, the walk on Gorgoni was the first of the game for Roberts.
Yeah, he has pitched a whale of a game. A couple of bad luck runs to start the first 2 innings, but he's pitched strong since. But now he's down 2-0 on Ferraro. Man on first, 1 out, bottom of the 8th, 2-2 ball game. Roberts. Curveball high, now 3-0, and you wonder if he lets Ferraro get on, if this is his last batter.
I think it has to be, because back-to-back walks, it's not a sign that he's losing necessarily quality, but it's just fatigue. You just can't keep him in the game too much longer.
It's time. He's pitched a whale of a game, but he might be done, but 3-0. We'll see on this pitch. And it's high, ball 4.
Titans are loving it. 2 on, 1 out. And this could be a favorable situation whichever way you spin it. If Robert stays on, well, now you see a weakness in him for the first time, and it doesn't look like they're going to the bullpen.
Yeah, they're not. They're leaving him out there. Trusting their starter, who's pitched a whale of a game, but he's in trouble now. Man in scoring position at second base. First and second, 1 out. Figgis at the plate.
They have a reliever in the bullpen.
Slow walk coming to the mound. I think they're going to make a change.
Again, waiting for Figgis to get in the box. It's
the drama of an exciting Saturday in Bloomington, Illinois, between a couple of big CCIW foes with the conference title on the line. We need some drama right here, so take the slow walk.
And we will get a pitching change. We see replacement being confirmed with the umpire.
Brendan Roberts should not bow his head or lower his head. He's pitched a whale of a game. Got his team back in this one after giving up 2 runs early. He settled down and got his team back in this one by shutting down the Titans as they tied it up 2-2.
Yeah, his line, very impressive. 7 1/3 innings pitched, 9 hits given up, 2 runs, 1 of which was earned. Of course, that could increase because a run being scored off of the reliever here could yet be credited to Roberts. Nonetheless, even if it is stellar performance, he did everything he could, and I'm sure he'd be disappointed not to get credited with a win for his efforts. But if the Titans have anything to say about it, no win for him, no win for Carthage, and a CCIW tournament in Bloomington.
New pitcher is number 22, Jake Papagallo. Papagallo, Papagallo, a senior from Austintown, Ohio. Big man, 6'1", 200 pounds.
Yeah, Papagallo, he's seen some time on the mound, quite a bit in relief. Pitched a total of 39 innings, all in relief. He hasn't started a single one of his 18 appearances, and it's all made for an ERA of 2.77. He's been credited with 3 wins, 1 loss. So we'll see how he does here.
Big, hard-throwing right-hander, getting his warm-up tosses as we do a game reset. The Titans scored in the first and in the second, both 2 out, run-scoring singles, to go up 2-0, but then Carthage got 1 back in the 4th inning, and then in the 7th, that tied this game up 2-2. But we are now in the bottom of the 8th with 2 men on.
Yeah, it's a sticky situation for Papagallo, and now you have to wonder whether it was the right decision to give Roberts the start in this inning, because we saw how well Costello pitched in relief for the Titans. But part of that is that he was coming into a clean slate. Nobody on, nobody out. He gets to start the inning. For Papagallo, it's going to be much more difficult.
I thought he might let Roberts get the first couple batters. He got an out and then walked the man. I thought he was going to get pulled after that walk. They decided to keep him in there, and then he walked the second man, so now you got a runner in scoring position. And a great opportunity here from Tristan Figgis, the right fielder, coming in to face Papagallo. So
Can
one out.
Figgis produce the magic moment?
Fans still filing into Jack Hornberger Field. Big game coming at the right time.
Word's getting around campus.
That word is spreading across town as the first pitch from Papagallo is wide outside.
Figgis is 2 for 3 today, the only hitter on either team to register 2 hits, with the exception of Callahan, who's done it for Carthage. So
outfield is pretty shallow out there. 1-0 pitch from Papagallo. Taking his time, looking in. Has to pitch out of the stretch from the start. Turns and throws to second.
if nothing else, calms himself with that instead of having to deal right away.
Yeah, just trying to keep these runners honest. Nobody's going to get that extra base, or at least that's what Carthage is trying to stop.
Yeah, the Titans have made some bold stolen base decisions as of recent, so it wouldn't surprise me too much.
Papagallo with the good curveball in there for strike one. He's got some good movement on that curve. So now 1-1, 1 out, 2 men on, bottom of the 8th, 2-2 our score. Conference title on the line. Papagallo's 1-1 pitch. Curve outside. Good job of laying off by Figgis.
Papagallo took his time with that one and then delivered.
He likes that curveball. He's thrown 3 out of 4 pitches have been curves to Figgis. But it's 2-1.
Big moment for Figgis. He could turn into an absolute hero if he was able to get this one in play.
Curveball is swung on and missed by Figgis. Evens the count, 2-2. Figgis asked the home plate umpire, was that a strike? I think he got the head nod saying, yep, would have called that a strike.
At least that's a relief to know that he made the right choice swinging at it. Even if
I think he can pretty much expect another curveball coming. 2-2, 2 men on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Time called.
Every lull in play, every little break just adds to the intensity. You can really cut the tension here with a knife.
The drama is building here at Jack Hornberger Field on the campus of Illinois Wesleyan University. CCIW regular season conference championship on the line between two 14-4 teams, the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan and the Firebirds of Carthage. The 2-2 pitch from Papagallo to Figgis. Curveball, it's going to be slapped out in the left. That's going to get down, and that's going to score a run. Oh, it's out of the park. Down the line, home run. 3-run bomb by Tristan Figgis. I didn't see it. I didn't think he got enough, but it went down the line and out.
Can you believe it? Hornberger Field has exploded, and the Titans can now smell the regular season title. Their first in 12 years. They are up 5-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning, courtesy of a 3-run blast from Tristan Figgis away over the wall in left field.
He got the curveball from Papagallo, and he jumped on it down the left field line, cleared the fence by plenty into this wind. A 3-run jack, Tristan Figgis, and it's now all of a sudden 5-2.
This is the last day he'll ever play a regular season game here at Jack Hornberger Field. He's a graduating senior, and to produce that, I mean, come on, take a bow.
What a drama. We talked about the drama just seconds before that one, and a 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 8th. Want to put a fork in the Firebirds. How about that? And coming out to the mound, Augie Schmidt's going to talk about this. I don't know if he's got somebody ready in the pen again, but Papagallo hung a curve to Tristan Figgis, who put it over the fence.
Beautiful. Just
on a day we didn't think there was going to be anything going anywhere near the fence, Figgis took it out.
Yeah, I mean, and to do it in that moment for the first time today, make it a 3-run home run in a game that's seen 4 runs total before on either end. It's been a crazy afternoon here at Hornberger Field, and it just continues. Now, as things stand, conference standings, if you're unaware, and we've said it quite a few times, but if you're just joining us, Carthage and Illinois Wesleyan deadlocked with a 14-4 record at the top of the standings. North Central holds third place with a 13-6 record. They have a chance to improve to 14 wins if they win the second game of today's doubleheader against North Park. So, seeding still very much a concern. Obviously, the Titans now can smell the regular season title. They'll clinch a share with a win here, as well as hosting rights via that tiebreaker, as they will have won their season series against Carthage, should they hold on to this lead.
Gage Wolf has to follow up that home run, that dramatic home run by Tristan Figgis, with a first pitch strike. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Really important for Papagallo not to lose confidence, because if Carthage give up any more runs, they can effectively kiss the CCIW title.
And Wolf now will squib one out there into left and get on base. He's eyeing second base, takes a big turn around first, but he'll put on the brakes.
This is what the Titans needed. Now they're flying. Now it wouldn't surprise me if this turned into a little bit of a rally here in the bottom of the 8th.
Sometimes that happens. The wheels fall off. Inside-out swing that time by Wolf. Gets on base. He's a base stealer. Speed on first. Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th, but it is now 5-2 Titans on top of Carthage after the big 3-run home run by Tristan Figgis. Papagallo kind of came into a tough situation, 2 men on, just 1 out, and now he's still out there.
He's taking the fall for this one, but in reality, it's just a moment of magic from Figgis.
Jack Flagg, left fielder now, batting, with Wolf on first base.
Now, if you're a Firebird fan wondering if this result holds, what does Game 2 mean? Well, it means plenty, because North Central College could yet sneak into the 2 seed. So Carthage would like a win to secure that 2nd seed and a bye in the tournament.
Foul tip there on strike 2. For Flagg. Yeah, you don't want to just phone it in on the second game today. A lot at stake, even if this score holds up.
No, it would be a big disappointment for a team that seemed to be well on its way towards a title to finish 3rd.
0-2 strike or pitch to Flagg is fouled back. Sitting on that fastball from Papagallo. Wind still and steadily been blowing in from center field, so it makes that home run by Figgis that more impressive.
I was just thinking the same thing. I mean, just what a moment to produce it, and I must have had quite some power behind it to get past the wall.
Jack Flagg fights off a 0-2 pitch. Yeah, I just watched the left fielder's shoulders slump, and he stopped running because I lost the ball, and it was clearly a home run. And shockingly, I think it shocked everybody here at Jack Hornberger Field.
We saw a little bit of a delayed reaction just from everyone in this ground, ourselves included, and once everyone realized what had just transpired, the proverbial roof was blown off.
0-2 pitch to Flagg here from Papagallo. Wolf on first base. And swing and a miss from Flagg, strike 3.
Now, I want to take a moment now that the tensions have calmed a little bit here, now that the Titans have a little bit of a cushion. Take a look at the CCIW standings.
Take all your time. I think Augie Schmidt's going to make a pitching change with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
It was good for Papagallo's confidence to at least finish it off with a strikeout. But taking a look at the standings, There's plenty of action, not just in the top half of these standings, but in the bottom half as well. There are 6 berths for the conference tournament in this 9-team conference. Augustana, Wheaton, and North Park, who hold 5th, 6th, and 7th place right now, are deadlocked with identical 8 and 11 records. With 1 game left to play each today, it's an incredible day of permutations, mathematics, combinations in the CCIW. Really, anything can happen. We know the first 4 teams in the tournament. That's these 2 teams, North Central and Milliken. They are for sure going to either Bloomington or Kenosha, yet to see where it is that this tournament will be held. But the last 2 berths, very much up for grabs. So keep an eye on that if you're curious, and obviously tune in next week for the CCIW tournament.
Well, and I'm sure a lot of teams across the CCIW were scoreboard watching on this one, and they saw that big 3 go up in the bottom here of the 8th inning, and now they kind of know that this game is in doubt for Carthage. So still got the 9th inning to go, so not over yet, but Titans in the driver's seat leading 5-2.
Now we have James Lindenmuth on the mound for Carthage. He's a senior out of Des Plaines, Illinois, attended Maine West. Again, one of many players in this Carthage squad that are from Illinois, mostly from the Chicago suburbs. Taking a look at his stats for this
12
season.
appearances, 13 innings, so he's a short work guy, and he's coming out to shut down this 8th inning, get the final out here in the 8th inning, and go to the 9th for the Carthage Firebirds.
Yeah, just 1 win, no losses this season, and no saves, so pretty empty stat board for him, but he's not there to provide statistical power. He's there to get the job done when they need him. And they certainly need him now after his predecessor on the mound.
Yeah, I feel bad for Brendan Roberts. He pitched a whale of a game, pitched his team back into this, and just kind of ran out of gas, I think, there in the 8th.
Yeah, and it's especially brutal because given that those 2 of those 3 runs that were brought in by that home run are credited to Roberts, should this result hold, Roberts is the losing pitcher.
Yeah, his stat line will not equal what he was able to do this afternoon.
Real shame for him.
But we still have 1 more out. Carthage still needs to get 1 more out here in the bottom of the 8th. Is coming to the plate is Tyler Woltman, the catcher for the Titans, with Gage Wolf still on first base.
Woltman knocked in a run earlier, way at the beginning of this game. 2nd inning, if I'm not mistaken.
5-2, 3-run bomb by Tristan Figgis has put the Titans up on top of Carthage 5-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Curveball is high and inside to start things off to Woltman. Thought he might have leaned into that one a little more and got that hit by pitch.
It's all about staying composed on the offensive side as well as the defensive side for the Titans.
Now 2-0 on Woltman.
Very hot, Tyler.
The wind has been steady, blowing in from dead center field. Outfielders for both teams have played pretty shallow throughout. They're pretty shallow right now. And a ball's laced up the middle, just off the gloves of the shortstop. Wolf will stop at second base. Nice hit by Tyler Woltman.
Every hit is evoking a passionate reaction from the crowd here. Now they're loving it because they can feel that something magical is on the cards. Now, if you're a Titan fan, you're well aware that this team has a storied history. In 2010, they were the national champions. They won plenty of CCIW titles. But they have not won one since 2013. So for a team this good, with so many graduating seniors, it's going to be a total rebuild next year. To win a title, to send them off, would be incredible. And they're so close to doing it right here.
You get to do it in your own backyard in front of the Titan faithful, even a bigger bonus. So stepping in now is leadoff hitter Matt Hudick, who's done a good job, scored the game's first run for the Titans. It's in there now on top of the count 1-0.
Not to mention another benefit for the Titans, especially for the seniors, would be that they don't have to say goodbye to Hornberger Field just yet.
Exactly. Curveball in there for strike 1. 1-1, 2 outs, 2 men on here at the bottom of the 8th. Tides have already scored 3 runs, 3 big runs, courtesy of the home run by Tristan Figgis. Inning's not over yet. Foul ball by Matt Hudick. He's down now 1-2.
It's incredible to think about also, if you're the Titans, is that it wasn't shaping up to be this successful of a season for them. They were 12-12, 24 games into the season. Since then, they've won 9, lost 1, and could be about to clinch a series victory and a regular season title against a nationally ranked team.
Yeah, certainly coming on late, catching Carthage kind of down as strike 3 is going to end the 8th, but a big 8th it is for your Fighting Titans. They get a 3-run home run from Tristan Figgis. They go up on top of Carthage 5-2, and we head to the 9th.
When we come back, the Titans will be 3 outs from a regular season title here in the CCIW. Don't go anywhere. Plenty of
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And. Here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Now in left field for the Titans, number 99, William Duff. Now in first base for the Titans, number 21, Casey Swanson. And now in right field for the Titans, number 10, Jack Novak.
All right, we go to the top of the 9th inning. CCIW regular season conference title on the line. Titans lead Carthage 5-2. And going out there again for a second inning of work is Luke Costello trying to put a nail in this one. We've got some substitutions out there?
Yeah, we saw 3 substitutions. Jack Novak, Casey Swanson, and William Duff are all out there for the Titans. 2 of those guys seniors, so certainly a nice moment for them to get to play in probably their last regular season game, unless they get a chance in game 2.
Costello starts the top of the 9th off with a strike to Drew Necht out there, the left fielder.
Now the good news is, for lovers of baseball, this is not it. We have game 2 coming straight up. The Titans are 3 outs away from their first regular season title in 12 years. However, they could clinch it outright if they win Game 2.
Yeah, take care of business in Game 1 and make Game 2 really kind of obsolete. Costello now 1-1 on Necht, and then a pitch outside for 2-1. Trying to nibble on that outside corner. They've been getting that pitch all day long, but not right there. Costello gets it that time to even up the count 2-2.
Costello has the privilege of being out on the mound for a historic moment. Could he finish this off?
Drew Connect in the box, trying to keep things alive for Carthage, and scalds one down to first base. Goes foul, stays alive. Crowd starting to build. As you mentioned, we've got another game coming, so people still filing in, and they want to celebrate a possible conference championship that's 3 outs away. And there's a fly ball, pop up to second. Wolf is going to go out, and he's going to pull this one in and get the first out of the 9th inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Titan fans, the Illinois Wesleyan University Titans are 2 outs away from the CCIW regular season title after trailing the Carthage Firebirds all year long. would be incredible to see them finish it off at home. Just how wonderful is it that they get to do it against the team that they're currently sharing first place with in front of their own fans.
It's funny how it works that way. Duarte now in there in the box with one out here in the 9th inning. Christian Duarte takes the ball. Luke Costello looking good here out of the pen, outside for ball 2.
And this would cap off what's been a triumphant season for really Illinois Wesleyan athletics as a whole, but I want to take a moment to mention the softball team who went 16-0 in the CCIW. They've clinched the regular season title.
Ball 3 now to Duarte. Yeah, they'll be hosting the softball tournament.
Yeah, that starts on Thursday right here on IWSports.com. And of course, should the Titans finish this one off, we'll have baseball action starting Wednesday.
Costello gets the strike call. Makes it 3-1 now, trying to make a hitter out of Duarte. Top of the 9th. 5-2 Titans and a ground ball to first. It's going to be an easy one over there. 2 outs now in the 9th.
Swanson gets to play this last inning, and he gets to make an important play for the second out. The Carthage Firebirds are down to their last out.
Casey Swanson now in at first base. Took that one himself. And the Titans are now 1 out away from a regular season conference title.
In which case we could confidently say all roads lead to Bloomington.
Evan Devine takes the first pitch strike. Devine's had a tough day, had a couple of errors at second base.
What a showing it's been from Luke Costello in relief. It's been incredible how composed he's been.
And there's a fly ball, pop up to right, and it looks like it's going to fade foul into the trees over there.
The Titan dugout is ready. They are ready
Costello
to celebrate this.
0-2. So the Carthage Firebirds are down to their last strike. 5-2 Titans. Top of the 9th. Luke
Big
Costello
moment.
trying to slam the door. And another foul for Evan Devine.
It's one of those moments. Feels like one of those at-bats that could, with every passing pitch that it goes on, it just feels like it's delaying the inevitable. You can feel everyone's ready for this one to come to a close.
Costello again doesn't get the call on the outside, just off the plate.
What a way that would have been to end it. Strikeout
Fans
looking.
wanted a called third strike to end this one. It's 1-2 now. Evan Devine, the batter, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Here it is. Lowe bounces it in there, evens it up 2-2.
Now Costello has to stay composed.
Yeah, he's thinking about it a little bit too much. Takes a deep breath on the mound. Says, "Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. I can get this done." Here it is, and a fly ball. It's out to right, and that's going to go foul.
They've been on 2 strikes for a while now. The Carthage Firebirds refuse to go easily.
Evan Devine trying to keep this one alive.
I mean, you have to.
But he's down 2 strikes, 2-2.
You have to spare a thought for Carthage. They've had a phenomenal season, and they fully deserve their national ranking. They'll be unhappy to see this one slip out of their grasp here, though.
2-2 pitch from Costello, and it's going to be check swing. Slow roller, play it first. It's out, and the Titans are winners of your CCIW conference title with the 5-2 win over Carthage.
The dugout storms the diamond, and what a moment that is. For the first time since 2013, the Illinois Wesleyan Titans win the Collegiate Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin, and they do it against their rivals from across the state border, the Carthage Firebirds. What a season it's been for both of these teams.
They took care of business in game 1. They end it. They end all the wondering of what was going to happen by winning 5-2 in game 1. They obviously want to win game 2, but a lot of the pressure is off right now with the big win, and they can thank their right fielder, Tristan Figgis, with the 3-run home run in the bottom of the 8th to give them that 5-2 win.
Yeah, and we'll get into some deeper analysis about the game itself. But first, let's spare a thought for these two teams, what they've done all season. First of all, how much does this mean to the Titans? I mean, you look at it, They last won the title in 2013. They've won the tournament since, last time in 2014, and now they have a chance to win a first tournament in 11 years at home. Ladies and gentlemen, what this means, not only do you get another delightful game between these two teams coming up in just about half an hour with Eric and Michael on the call, but you get more baseball next week here in Bloomington. Wednesday through Saturday, the CCIW tournament will take place at Jack Hornberger Field with your Illinois Wesleyan Titans as the top seed.
Yeah, doubly big win. You win the conference title with the win, and you also secure the home field for the tournament coming up here beginning on Wednesday. So what a big win for the Titans, probably their biggest win of the season by a long shot.
Yeah, biggest win that most of these players have had in so long. I mean, this is a generation that hasn't experienced those highs. Now, they've ended one drought. It's been 12 years since they won the regular season title. Can they end another drought next week? It's been 11 years since they've won the tournament, and since then, unlike with the regular season where they haven't really gotten super close, in the tournament, they have lost 4 finals since that last title. On 4 occasions, they've made it to the championship game and lost. Most recent one being in 2023, when they lost 6-5 to Augustana. So plenty of heartbreak, plenty of wounds. Many of these players were there for that game. Now they have a chance to break that streak right here at home. So the job's not done by any means, but what Coach Keller and this team have done this year is incredible.
Hats off to Will Davidsmeyer, the Titans starter, who pitched extremely well. Got a tough call where an umpire called the base runner originally out at second base, which would have ended the 7th inning, or the 6th inning, excuse me. But then, actually, that was the 7th inning. But they called him safe. That runner eventually scored to tie the game, so he does not get a decision. But he pitched extremely well to keep the Titans in this ball game. And then Luke Costello came in, got the benefactor of the home run to get the win, shut the door, and the Titans are winners 5-2.
Yeah, massive win, and it's truly been a delight to call this one for you, ladies and gentlemen. Luke Costello, as you mentioned, great in relief. Will Davidsmeyer, fantastic on the mound. Carthage putting up a heck of a fight throughout this game. And in about half an hour, we'll be back with Game 2. For the time being, thank you for joining us. It's been a true delight. The Illinois Wesleyan University Titans are CCIW champions for the first time in 12 years. Carthage could yet tie them at the top in Game 2. Stay tuned. Thank you.